Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I'm back today to plan in my Christian planner. I have pulled some Erin Condren kind of pocket tags. I might put these in, I might not, I'm not sure yet. I pulled a stack of Reset Girl stickers. Some of these I've used in previous plans with me, but you know, there's a whole bunch of them. I literally have this much of a stack plus more. I have moreover double that amount of stack right here beside me, and then I have a whole box in my craft studio. So at some point I'll get in there and get it all out. But I don't know, I just felt like this, even though this was a fall or Thanksgiving, a lot of these were fall or Thanksgiving kits, it felt very retro to me. So I just feel retro-y. Is that a word? Retro-y? Today. And I thought, hey, why not? I just, you know, I very rarely use up. When I was on my trip and I was doing some planning, I used up one of my spools of washi, and I was like, oh, should I take this and show you guys? Because it happens so rarely. You know, I just don't always use up my washi. So anyways, it always feels like, whew, feels like I did the right thing. Okay, so first I want to maybe put a pocket in here. And you know what? I don't open to that. I usually open up to this. So I think I'm going to put a pocket here. And I don't know if I'm in the camera, but I hope I am. If not, I'll move it over so you guys can see. I'm going to leave... doggone it. I was trying to get it straight and I didn't. Yeah, these corners aren't exactly... I'm going to just bank it off the bottom. Yeah. So I love that. That looks good. And the great thing about these little tuck corners is, you know what? You can do them any which way. You know, you can do it exactly one way on one corner and the other way on another. So I have two little tuck spots. The reason I'm going to do that is I already dropped one card today, so I'm going to just make sure I have a card in there. There is an envelope here in the back, but I try not to overstuff these. They don't really hold up that well. I mean, I appreciate the thought, but, you know, let's get real. So I'm done with that. I'm going to put that over here. And let's see here. I think I'm going to do this backwards today. I think I'm going to do stickers first, so I'll know which tape to go with. So I picked these. I've been watching some Tim Holtz today, so can you tell right there? I've been watching the new releases at... and I watched some this weekend at Creativation, I think his name. It's the old CHA. So it's just the convention of crafters and hobbyists and all that kind of good stuff. So it's meant for like stores and suppliers. I told my husband, because they had it in an area that we know very well, and we're, you know, in that area quite a bit, and I said, oh, I would love to go next year, but and I said, but I don't even know if I could go in, but it would be, oh, what a fun conference that would be. So anyways, but I thought these were fun, and they just felt very retro to me, which is how this feels. I know this one is probably for sure going to make it on, but we'll see about the rest. So, all right, and okay, so let's just get started. I know I want to use some of that. I want to use some of that. I'm not sure about that yet. That's a little bright. Will probably use that, and let's just go ahead and start. So I am videoing today, and today is Monday. And it's definitely not the morning, but I'm going to put that there because we were slowpokes getting up. I am going to use those little honeys. If y'all aren't familiar with Corey the Reset Girl, these are her honeys. And this is from her old shop that I think her daughter eventually took over, and I can't find it anymore, where you could buy pre-printed stickers. It is cheaper. Now you can just buy the the download, the digis, and you can print your own. I'm just using up what I have. So these are darling stickers. There's no way I wouldn't be using them, so I'm going to enjoy it. I am going to video tomorrow and Thursday. My youngest starts full-time on campus on Tuesday, Thursday, which we're all kind of going, And for those of you who don't know, we homeschooled our children, and so it's just different for us. You know, this is our last child. This is our first year we're not homeschooling. So in 7 years, so anyways, and then I taught for many years before then, so it's been over 30 years of teaching. This is my first year to not prepare for teaching, academics at least. So anyways, But, yeah, I mean, it's just that way. And I'm going to put here on this day, I will be planning. So I'm just going to put that there, because that'll be Thursday, going to be my planner days. And for videoing and getting these done ahead. And we're now back officially off the holidays, I hope. My husband's home today because of Martin Luther King Day. But, and then I do have to work. So, but I have told everyone I'm officially off the books until the end of this, this week. And seeing that I was sick 3 weeks during the holidays, which stunk. And then I was sick last week. I don't feel too badly about that. So, anyways. But, yeah. Bless my brother's heart. He's been so sweet. And he and his wife have been calling and checking on me. Like, are you okay? And that kind of a thing. But I didn't even tell them about this last week. Because it's just embarrassing. It's just embarrassing. So I'm sorry. It's just too much for y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway. So, I'll be working on my planners. Plan. All that good stuff. So... Alrighty, and then I think that's it on this one. Launch, I'm not launching anything yet. I am resetting on Sunday. My husband and I went back on our 21-day fix. And I shared in another video I shot this morning. I am not full on until after our anniversary in February. Our anniversary is the day after Valentine's. So, yeah, I love this. Make the most of the early hours. So I'm going to put that over here as a reminder. Actually, I'm going to let that be my corner. I needed to. We both need to because our daughter's getting married. We need to feel good about how we look for the wedding and the pictures. And it's not about us, but it is. We are in those pictures and, so one good thing, I mean, it's a hassle when you have to drive kids to school and it's not super close. It's, another town. But there's a Starbucks there. So every Tuesday, Thursday, I will be getting my Starbucks. So either at the Target or the actual Starbucks. So I'm going to put this here. I will be hitting Starbucks there. And I'll be hitting Starbucks here. And my daughter and I were talking, and my husband was sitting here, and he was playing chess. And I said, okay, so I'll drive, I'll drop, and you can pick up. And I love this. What can you do today to improve all your tomorrows? That's coming on here. Anyways, so our daughter was like, he's not listening. He's on his computer. So just don't even, you'll have to say it again. So I was like, okay. Which is true. He doesn't hear anything when he's playing chess. So I'm going to make sure I'm in that. Yep. So here I'm going to put that right down there as a reminder. And I think I love the planner girl. But I think that's it. So, I've got some really exciting things coming up here that I will be sharing with you guys when we know for sure. We still have a lot of things that are still up in the air, and I've shared some things that my husband's been sharing with me, but, and we spent a lot of time this weekend talking about it while we were away, and, but I can't share with y'all yet, but it's exciting. It's really exciting, and it will impact this channel. It will impact, what am I going to do when I grow up and all that kind of good stuff. So, y'all keep hanging with me. It's going to be fun. And, yeah, I'm super, super excited to share with y'all. So, I love these ladies. I think they're so pretty. So, anyways, so that was our weekend. We went to San Antonio. We had a great time. We got away. I explained in the other video, if you want to know what happened, you can go back and watch out what happened last week. But I was a little bit out of pocket this last week. Pretty sick. But hopefully doing much better, though I have to call a doctor in a few minutes because probably did not get enough of the antibiotics. So, but we're doing better. We're much better than what we were. So, all right. And I didn't know if we could go away this weekend because I didn't know if I'd have to have emergency dental surgery. So we were, it was crazy. But you'll see, if you go back and watch the previous video, you'll know. But anyways, it's the one where I do, like I share the three planners I did. I did some while I was traveling, and but I didn't have my camera with me. So, alright, I'm going to put this here on Friday. Alrighty. There's that. And then this weekend, we have a baby shower. We have possibly to go see my aunt. We're going to, we're just trying to get a lot of stuff done. But because soon as tax season hits, we're really trying to decide if we're going to stay in it. It really depends on my husband's job. But there's just so much up in the air right now, and I feel like we're juggling, and I'm sure you guys are tired of hearing it, but we kind of are juggling, and so we're trying to just figure things out, you know. But I'm going to put this here because, well, I'm working tomorrow. I have not unboxed my new sewing machine. I know that's terrible to say. I have not. So I want to spend some time sewing these next, 2-3 days. And, kind of just figure it out. I have not done that yet. So, anyways, but I will also have some, I'll be sharing with you guys some of the things I've already done off camera. And then, hopefully, I'm hoping to get my dining room set up again so that I can at least video in there, have my sewing machine up, and just use all that. But, you know what, I think I'm going to make that one just really crooked. I think it is crooked, but I think since it's the only thing down for that day, I'm going to make it really crooked if it'll come back up. Nope, it's not. Oh, is it going to come back up? Maybe it will. Maybe it'll mostly come back up. Okay. There we go. I don't know why I wanted to do that, but it just needed to be done. Okay, and I have these cute little things here. Okay. Blessed and grateful, and I am very blessed and I am very grateful. So I am going to put this here because tonight we go back to our Bible study. We are so glad we took a break. She took a break from before Thanksgiving until now, and I've been in Bible study all my adult life, and I like the weeklies where they only take off like Christmas week, Thanksgiving week. They only take off, a little bit. And so these that start and stop a lot and they take off the summers, it's always very bittersweet for me. I understand the need to do it. I totally get it. And that we've been out of pocket so much in the last 2-3 years, we have nothing to say. But I do like it when we go more consistently. I'm not going to lie. When it's all, we know every Monday night's Bible study kind of thing. So, all right, the struggle ends when the gratitude begins. And I agree with that. We have talked a lot about some of the things that we've had happen in the last year, and the people that have been amazing, and the people that maybe were less than amazing. And, you really know who's there for you and when you go through difficult times. And even if they're going through the difficult time, I have been amazed. I have really boo-booed this. So hold on, guys. Let me just do it right. I have been very amazed at who we've come out of this with, and recognized how much they have meant to our family. And there are those that have won their wings, so to speak, and those that, for some reason have not been as there, and so, or those that have been, dare I say it, not very nice. And I've just learned a lot. I really, really have. And that's something that, I'm going to put this here on Wednesday, that's not easy for me. And my husband and I, we can talk about it, and we've talked about that we talk about it. I mean, this weekend we talked about that I can talk about it. But it's like, he said, there's a point where you got to quit investing in those that are, really causing harm. And he's right. Those are healthy boundaries. I love the sticker, "It's never too late to reset your life," and that's her motto of her business. And I think of her life, Corey, the Reset Girl. So anyways, but we talked about that, and, I just keep telling him, I just keep hoping upon hope. And he said, I know. And he said, and I understand that. And he's been in situations like that himself. And so, but there's a point where it becomes unhealthy. You know that. I know that. So, it is time to be grateful for those, and to be encouraging and to love and help everyone. But when it comes to our own personal, essentially mental health, then there's only, I always tell my children, Jesus only had 12 disciples, and one of them betrayed him. So, in essence, he really had 11 true, true, true friends that he trusted implicitly, you know. And then there were acquaintances that he loved and trusted in a different way, you know. And so it's okay, you know, as a Christian to, you know, you want to give everybody the benefit of the doubt every single time. But there are those that you need to be wise about. So I know that sounds, I don't want to sound grumpy, but it's something that I have to be reminded of. And I'm going to put here, planning is my love language. I'm going to put that on the bottom of Thursday because I'll be uploading by then for the next week. So I love this. Create, 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 and then create some more. So I start that here on Tuesday. And I'm hoping to have enough time to start getting my dining room set up for tomorrow. I have a list of everything I'm going to work on. I'm super excited. I hope you guys will come back. I am going to do, I think, a share with me today, if I have enough time. And then by tomorrow I'll begin all the craft with me. Craft with me? Crafts with me? Craft with me videos. There's the plural. But anyways. And I love that, being intentional with everything. So, I did have to put some boundaries out. You know, I finally had to say, you know, it's affected, you know, our family, my family, you know, my immediate family tremendously. It has affected my husband's, my relationship. It has affected our health. It has affected everything you could imagine. And now our oldest, I had been fussing at her because she had been sick and she had been traveling. And so she finally went to the doctor Friday and she has pneumonia. And we found out this is, you know, the more we started thinking back, we knew she'd had it when she was young and it was very bad in undergraduate. And then she got it again, and she thinks she was sick last year with pneumonia, but the PA misdiagnosed her because she was worse sick then than she is now. So if that's true, she's had at least 3 rounds of pneumonia, possibly 4. And I just told her, I said, that's enough. You know, if you're not careful, you're going to destroy your immune system, and please hear me. And so she, you know, she said, well, I wasn't running temperature. And I said, and I totally get it. But I told her, I said, this is where you and I keep getting sick and sick and sick and sick. And you know what? It's because we try to satisfy everybody, and you never are going to. There's some people you will never satisfy. I know you know this. I'm speaking to the choir. But this is the point where we set healthy boundaries. And I mean, I literally spoke to someone last week who called me for my birthday, and they never even said, when I said, well, I was sick, and they never even said, well, are you feeling better? They never said, yeah, I heard your husband's company's laying off. Not, is he doing okay? Never once. And I realized that that's what they wanted. And I realized that's an uneven relationship. That's really unhealthy. And there have been issues with this person for quite a while. And so my husband and I talked about, you know, whether or not it's, you always have critics in your life. And I have literally, I believe, and he said, you have a desire to serve always. And he said, that's who you are. That's a part of your walk. That's a part of your Christian walk. And there's nothing wrong like that with that. He said, but you do have to understand there are those that will suck it up, do nothing, and complain the whole time. And he was right. I mean, he just like said it, put a pin in it. And I woke up the next morning, and when I was telling him all of this that I felt like God had been dealing with my heart on, we talked about it. And that's when he kind of put a pin in it. And I just said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I made you have to live this life for many years now. And I said, you know, I told him, and I said, you know, I should have, it was just so constant, and we were exhausted, and you just had to keep going and keep going and keep going, and I couldn't have done that without you guys. And I always will say thank you, thank you, thank you for those of you who prayed and encouraged and just endlessly. But I think coming out of this and coming into the sunlight of this new day, and yesterday, I realized, you know, guys, Jesus was wise. He knew his limits. He knew when he had to go to the garden and rest and be with the Lord and refresh and, you know, and prepare for the battle, so to speak. And because for him, he was in a battle. And this last many years, I feel like I've been in the battle, and in the effort to keep peace, I haven't set boundaries. And I would try to set boundaries, and then I would get snarky comments, and it was like, oh my goodness gracious. And then I would be hurt, and it was like, oh, get over it. And it was more of what I've realized now, that even those that were, quote, my friends through this, air quotes, I realized for them, they had a reason to be in there. And, and my husband said, he said, your walk with the Lord is that you don't care who you meet, you offer them friendship. And he said, and that's wonderful. But, he said, and that's great, you have a servant's heart, you want to help people, but you have got to also set up healthy boundaries, because then it affects my husband, my marriage, our home. Our home is still in chaos, the whole thing. And the house is getting better little by little, so thank you, Donna. And but I also realized that some of the things I was doing to offset those hurts, that wasn't healthy for me either. So, and these are all personal things, so you don't want to hear all this, but what I'm recognizing now is, yes, cultivate the heart of being grateful. That's why I keep a faith journal. And I had kind of quit over the holidays, and I'm starting back up again, because I didn't know which book I wanted to do it in and all that kind of stuff. And then, understand that I am blessed and grateful, and I understand that I do need to create, and then create some more. And the reason why is that when I'm not creative, I am grumpy. That's my excuse to craft, but I am grumpy. And when I start making things, like my husband will walk in and he'll be like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. And it was like, oh yeah, well, I've made things for years and I just have them in a box. And, and anyways, and some of that stuff I'll be pulling out, putting on Etsy. Most of the stuff on Etsy would be supplies for now. And then eventually I'll have all my junk journals and my folder junk journals and all that'll be on there. But I'm learning so much is what I'm trying to say. And I think that's a part of our Christian walk. I think that's it, my friends. And just, you have to let go of those that aren't encouraging. And you don't have to let them go like, I'm so mad at you. You don't have to point your finger and say, I'm so mad at you, because all those fingers are coming back at me, right? But you do have to know that you don't owe everyone everything. And there are those, like my daughter, who's very sick, that does need the attention because she still needs her mom some. And she's a grown adult. She doesn't need me all the time, but she does need her mom to say, don't be like me, set healthy boundaries. Don't end up sick like me. And then she also needs, the encouragement to stand on her own 2 feet so that she can learn to be strong. So, sorry guys, I got to move my foot a little bit. It's going to sleep and my knees are killing me. So anyways, just, you sit funny when you're around a camera, is the deal. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. If you wonder why I'm creaking, hold on. Let me see if I can't lift this foot up a little bit. I think I just found a new way to shoot videos. Oh, thank you, Lord. Okay, anyway, so I'm just saying that God's doing a work in my heart. Will he have to do it 10 more times? Yes. For it to stick in my head? Yes. Is he patient? Praise God, he is. Praise God. God is patient with me. And praise God, he's given a husband who's pretty patient with me. But I'm thankful for the lessons to be learned. So, it reflects a lot in these. And right now, that's why I'm setting up these schedules. I still have to work the estate. I still have to work the partnership. And I will be taking a trip. I had planned to maybe take a trip Thursday, but I may have to go out Friday. But I don't know. I'm on the road all day Saturday, so we'll see. We'll see. But it may be the next week. But, and that'll be determined tomorrow when I call and speak to the people that are working on the project for us. We have a building that's needing to be renovated. So, anyway, so long story short, I'm just learning a great deal. I'm sharing with you guys what I'm learning. But if you are creative, you need to get your crafty on. God gave you those gifts and talents for a reason, and He can take them just like that. I mean, I shattered this bone, and so I can't do the kind of sewing I used to do. It just hurts my hands too much, you know, and I know that. I know that about myself. But I can still sew. As a matter of fact, I was talking to a friend last week at the dental office. She's a dental hygienist. We've known this doctor's been our doctor for over 25 years. So we know everybody. We were there before the staff was there. So, except for his wife, of course. But anyways, you know, she was just talking to me about, you know, you need to get, you know, you need to have that outlet. You need to, you know, and I said, yeah, you know, I've done this all my life since I was a little girl, and the last so many years I just felt like I've done hardly nothing. And yes, I have to work, and yes, I've got to get these other things done, but, and we were talking about some of the plans my husband and I have been talking about, and she was just like, oh, I want to drive over there. And I was like, I know, right? I said, but, you know, wait 6 months at least. I don't even know if we can, you know, get everything even begun by then, but we'll see. And of course it depends on if my husband has a job or not. So, but anyways, I mean, all I'm saying is God gave you these gifts and talents. I used to be able, I had a spinning, weaving, and sewing shop. I cannot sit and spin for too long. My left hand hurts too badly, besides just arthritis. And then, you know, it's just like I was a musician when I was younger, and my jaw's locked in college. I was no longer a music major musician. I played flute, you know, and yes, I had played piano, but my primary instrument had become flute. And so, yes, I could have gone back to piano, but I knew God was shutting that door. So, and I was probably too cavalier with those gifts and talents. I probably should have focused more. So, I don't want to give up this part of my life. I want, and I'm thankful that my husband all of a sudden acknowledges that I need that. I mean, he told me, you need 2 to 3 hours a day of this. This needs to be like a job for you, but not a job. And you know what? When I finally close out this estate, I'll continue with the partnership. But after that, I can't wait to see what God's going to do. So as I look at this Christian planner, I'm beginning to gather the plans, because I believe that's what God's wanting me to do. And for all these incredible supplies I've been able to buy for the last couple of years, I mean, I have a storehouse. And that's what my husband said, you need like a warehouse. But, and honestly, I'd love to have a warehouse and just set it all up and have crops and, you know, classes and all that again. I would love to do all that again, but it may or may not happen, but it may happen with some of the ideas that my husband has. And so, anyways, just to make a very long story short, I'm excited to see what God's going to do. And those that will be the naysayers in my life, that's okay. I mean, everybody is entitled to their opinion, though I do believe that when you have an opinion, if you can't say it in love, you probably shouldn't say it. And that goes for me too. You know, I mean, it's okay to share an opposing opinion. It's just, we have to be responsible for the way we say it. So, anyways, there's my 2 cents. But, so I'm super excited, you know, even watching I'm still going to call it CHA, Creative Patient. I am terrible. I'm never going to get this name right. And I've said it like 3 times to my husband, but this weekend. But, it's time. You know, it's time. And I don't know what's going on in your life, but if you're not doing what you need to be doing, may I please say to you, my sweet friends, it's time. It's time. My grandmother had a saying, and I will never say it on this. I don't never say never, but I probably will never say it because it's rather crude. But it's basically get on with it, is what she would say. You know, make a decision and then get on with it. And she was right. So I'm going to put here, Jesus and I on the go, because we're going to be going Saturday. Oh my gosh. I mean, I think about how many miles we put on cars, and it's crazy. It's just crazy. Okay, I'm going to put something down here. I'm going to put down here Faith Planner. I'm going to put that right here, so that will remind me every day. And that I'm going to put here, so I will put my Faith Planner. Check off the list there. So, and I'm going to put this here for, oh, I can't do that there. Because it's